Everybody, welcome back. I'm Tom Garvey, the Keto Cook. You want flavor to add to your meats? Let's cook.
Welcome back to Las Vegas. The food here is outrageous. Tom Garvey, the Keto Cook, makes foods without a hook. Sit right back and watch him cook.
All right, I have 2 pork tenderloins here that I'm going to take, and I'm going to cut them up, all right, into strips. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them into a marinade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my bowl right here and marinate them probably for an hour, maybe 2 hours tops. But what I'm going to make in the marinade, okay, is hoisin sauce. Okay, don't lose your minds, all right. This has carbohydrates in it. Kind of high, kind of sweet. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to dilute this. I'm going to take it down to the point where it is not, well, I'll show you right here, not that thick. And what I'll do is I will take it, and I just want to give flavor, stop making noise, give flavor to the pork. Slice it up. You don't have to sacrifice if you can dilute some of the sauces and stuff that you like. Now some of them just won't move. But something like hoisin sauce, okay, and a couple of other Oriental sauces, you can put in water, okay, make it really, really thin, and then soak the meat in there for a little bit, and that'll help reduce the carbohydrates. Okay, now hoisin sauce has a sweet flavor to it, okay, and it's good for finishing, add on to whatever you're gonna be making. But I tell you, it has a great flavor, and it goes well with pork. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons, now maybe 1 more. That'll be just about 2 tablespoons. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this bowl up with water. I'm going to mix it up real well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start taking the pork. I'm going to slice it down and put it into that just to get the flavor. Okay. People really struggle about eating different things, especially on keto or carnivore, because you are limited. Okay. They say to the different sauces and stuff like that. But a sauce like this, if you use straight up, it can actually raise your blood sugar, raise the carb rate on it, because if you try to figure out, okay, the back of it, you see right here, really hard to understand. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like for now, okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and just whisk it in. I'm going to marry everything, the water and this hoisin, okay. And we're going to that should be enough right there. Okay, this is going to be super simple. And all I'm going to do is, these are still semi-frozen. The best way to cut them, I'm going to be leaving the fat on. But first what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it in half. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it. 1. Okay. Now, these are going to get put in right now into the marinade. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about here. Now, all I'm trying to do is infuse flavor. I'm not going to use that marinade for nothing else. I just want to give it that Oriental taste that people say, I can't have Chinese food no more, too much rice, all of the different carbohydrates, high carbs, high sugars that's in Oriental food. But you can get around that, okay? Lessen the load a little bit by taking and diluting it. Now, most sauces you can do this with, okay? And a lot you can't. And the reason why I'm saying stuff that you can't is because, look at that. Just look at that meat right there. I don't know why more people don't. Pork gets a bad rap, okay? But the same people who give pork a bad rap are the same people who will sit down and devour a pound and a half of bacon. makes me laugh. Anyway, getting back to with the carbohydrates and stuff, you can dilute it, okay? And the reason why I'm doing this right now is because I see a couple different videos out there, some influencers, okay, who are saying stuff about other sauces and stuff. Well, you can get away with this and stuff. You really can't, okay? You got to really be careful about what you're doing. I mean, if you eat right all week, okay, and then all of a sudden one day you just go crazy with some carbs, in other words, a cheat day, you're gonna hurt yourself. So this one's got a lot of fat on it, but you know what? I'm gonna let that stay. And this is good. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm going to make sure it gets in here, and I'm gonna carefully put it into the refrigerator. So I'm going to keep this nice and cold. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just brown it up into one of my cast irons. And then I'm going to pile them all in. I'm going to finish them in the oven. So as this illustration right here explains, you can't remove the carbs, but what you're doing is you're stretching them out to lessen how many carbs you're getting per serving. So on the label it might say 1 tablespoon. So what we're doing is by adding water, we're diluting it and spreading it out. Now this illustration actually shows you exactly how to do it, gives you a little detail on it. Now we've been doing this for years, making dips and sauces and stuff like that, adding broth to it or whatever, vinegar and water. But this is stuff that you can do, and you can also use this to your advantage, just for flavor. Okay, this seems to take forever because my stove just does not get the heat up the way I want it to be on this cast iron. So these are just getting a little bit of a brown on it, okay? And here is what I'm going to be putting into the oven. Now, I did take 1 ladle, small ladle, like a gravy ladle, and I put a little bit of that marinade in here, just because I don't want it to burn and stick to the bottom of this pan. And now what's going to happen is we're going to finish cooking these, and they're going to caramelize on the outside, and then we're going to get ready to plate this, and I'm going to show you exactly. Today is Meat Wednesday. Laid off some of the vegetables and stuff like that, but today we're just going to have a little bit of pork with some hoisin sauce that has been diluted. What I'm trying to prove here is that you can take your condiments, you don't have to push them away, and people say, oh no, I don't have that. The same people, okay, will take a powdered drink, add water to it, and read the back, and there's, you know, that much ingredients in it, okay? This is fairly simple. If you want ketchup, if you're a ketchup lover, honey mustard, you can do the same thing with honey mustard. Okay, teriyaki sauce, you can do the same thing. The longer, or the more water that you put into it, and you'll stretch it out, okay? You'll stretch the carbs. You're not gonna get rid of them, but you'll stretch them out to where they're pretty tolerable for, especially a guy like me with type 2 diabetes. All right, we're gonna get this thing ready and plated. Okay, I just can't help myself. I gotta make a little pan sauce here. So I'm just gonna add in a little bit of butter. I'm just gonna spin this around a little bit here. So I'm gonna add in a little bit more Tommy spice. Okay, now this is all the drippings from the meat and also from the little bit of marinade that I put in there. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little bit of celery flakes just to dress it up a little bit. Now this is not going to make it that thick. I don't want to add too much more to it. But let me get my little bamboo spatula here. Okay. There we have it. Little pan sauce. I can't resist making. And give it that little extra flavor. Okay, and then here is the pork. So I'm going to plate this right now. Take a little bit of the pan sauce, small ladle. Just pour that in. Just pour a little bit of that into the middle. Now this is what I'm saying. You can actually play with this. I mean, you can make thinning out the hoisin sauce. It's got that flavor in there, and then just adding a little butter to it. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to plate this up. Let me see what I got here. Take one. Two. Three nice little pieces of pork tenderloin. And I'm just going to sprinkle around a little bit more. Now this is celery leaves that you can use. And I'm painting a pretty little plate. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little bit more. Just a little bit more to the top. So, there we have it right there. Okay, we have a great pork tenderloin. There was two of them in the pack. I sliced them up, and what I did was I took hoisin sauce. Now, hoisin sauce, I believe, is like for 2 tablespoons. I believe it's like 7 or 8 grams of carbohydrates. The sugar count, they said it was 1 gram on the label. I could barely understand it because it was basically in Chinese. So what I did was I took it, I reduced it down. The flavor is fantastic, soaked into the meat. That's why I sliced it a little bit, marinated it for 2 hours. And here we have, right here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. I mean, you can take some of your condiments and you can take them and dilute them and still get the nice flavor and still maintain your keto or carnivore life. Take care, everybody. See you next Wednesday. I'm Tom Garvey, the Keto Cook. Stay safe.
Welcome back to Las Vegas. The food here is outrageous. Tom Garvey, the Keto Cook, makes foods without a hook. Sit right back and watch him cook.